Hello everyone and welcome to another science review lesson. Today we are talking about density. We saw a video with two pieces of aluminum foil. One of the pieces would float on the water and one sank to the bottom. Okay, in our lesson today, we are going to explore and find out why does one piece of foil float and the other sinks to the bottom. Okay, so to start our lesson, we need to go to crewjohn.com. Don't forget, you need to log in and click on IP2 Science. Now we will go down. We've finished our energy review, and now we are moving to matter review. You can click on the matter study guide and you can see all of the vocabulary that we need to know for this lesson. Okay, so we'll go back. We don't need that right now. If you want to watch the floating foil video again, here is the link right here. But we want to do the floating foil quiz. So we click on that. We go down and we enter. Okay, so number one we can do together. The smallest unit of matter is called a... Let's look at our vocabulary list and find the answer. Okay, so you can pause and look for the answer. 1, 2, 3. It's a particle. A particle is the smallest unit of matter. So we'll hit submit. Good. Okay, we got the first question right. Now I want to skip to another question. This question says, how close together particles of matter are in a substance is called... Now remember, this is how close together or far apart these tiny particles are. That is, look at your vocabulary list. That is density. And today's lesson is all about density. How close together or far apart these particles are. That is density. Very good. So we'll look at another question. This question says, which cylinder is more dense? B or C? B or C? Now when something is more dense, that means the particles are closer together. So we can look at these particles in C and see these are kind of far apart. Far apart, okay. And B, they are very close together. Very close together. So I would say the particles in B are more dense. They are closer together. You see, in cylinder C, they are far apart. So B is more dense than C. Okay, you can answer that by yourself. And we'll go down to our questions, okay? Questions about foil, like our video. In the video, we saw two small pieces of aluminum foil. Is the aluminum foil more or less dense than water? So here we have, let's go, okay. Here we have the aluminum foil and some water. The aluminum foil, the particles are closer together, so the aluminum foil is more dense than water. You want to answer more dense. Now, since the foil is more dense than water, should it float or sink? We know that when something is more dense, closer together than water, it will sink to the bottom. As the particles are closer together, it will sink. So in the video, why does the first foil ball float? It goes to the top. When we crumple up the foil above the water, it traps air particles inside. This word, crumple, this is a fun word to say. I want you to look up the word crumple and see, what does crumple mean? When we crumple up the foil above the water, it traps air particles inside. So inside of that tin foil ball, there are air particles. The air is less dense than water. So the foil ball floats. Inside of the foil ball, since we crumpled it up in the air, it traps those air particles, and now it is less dense than the water. It will float. Let's look here. Okay, so this says, drag the air particles into the foil ball. So here is our foil ball right here, and here are some air particles. When we crumple up the tin foil ball above the water in the air, it traps the air particles inside. That is correct. Now we see our foil ball with the air particles inside will float on the water. So it says, make the foil ball float on the water. Okay, so here is our foil ball. Is this floating? No. Let's put it right here. It's floating on the water. Correct. Very good. When we crumple up the foil ball under the water, there are no air particles inside. The foil sinks to the bottom of the glass right here because it is more dense than water. There are no air particles inside. Okay, so in this video, I explained why does the tin foil ball that we crumpled up above the water float, and why does the other tin foil ball that we crumpled up under the water sink. We know it's because of density. One of the tin foil balls has air particles inside. It is less dense than water, so it will float. The second tin foil ball had no air particles inside. We crumpled it up under the water. It is more dense than water, so it will sink. Okay, so that is our science review lesson about density. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.